The iPhone 5, released in September of 2012, was a huge staple in Apple's history. The iPhone 5, released in 2012, it was the first iPhone to have a 4-inch screen. It had the A6 processor, up to 64 gigabytes of storage, and 1 gigabyte of RAM. It was the last flagship iPhone that had a 32-bit processor. The iPhone 5S had a 64-bit processor. The device has a headphone jack along with the Lightning port. It also has a SIM card slot on the right side, and it is a mini SIM slot. The top button is the lock button instead of it being on the side on newer phones. And on the left side you have your volume down and up buttons, and you have your mute switch. The iPhone 5 has an 8 megapixel camera. It is the same as the iPhone 5S as well. So I've taken some pictures with my iPhone 7 and I'll show you the difference. The iPhone 5 is still an iPhone. It can do most things that a new iPhone can do today, so if you're still holding on to one of these phones, I don't think it's time to upgrade yet. Now, eventually it will be, and I don't think that is in the far distant future, but soon these Apple devices will not be getting extended support, which is usually 2 years past when these devices lose support, and this phone will no longer be receiving any app updates or anything, officially ending this iPhone. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about how the extended support thing works. So on iPhone 5s, let's just say, the latest iOS version is iOS 10, and right now the current iOS version at the time of this video is iOS 12. So that would mean that this iPhone only has, well, less than 1 year of support left. So what happens is, after Apple discontinues an iPhone, they will still support the older version of the operating system for 2 more years after it got cut off. So that means your device will still be getting security updates and all the other things that will make your device be safe. But after that period, your phone could technically be unpredictable with what happens. Let's say a new hack is released after your extended support period that affects phones. The Apple would probably fix that on the new version. Obviously, they'd fix it on the new version. They'd fix it on the two versions before that were still supported. So just keep that in mind when you're going out to buy a used phone and you come across the iPhone 5, that you're not going to have much time with it. And keep in mind that if you're going to buy a used phone that's newer than this, keep in mind that chances are you'll have 2 more years or so of support after your iOS device gets cut off from the mainstream support. Now, a lot of people say that this is the best iPhone ever made, and I can agree with them. Apple made a lot of good decisions with this phone, such as moving over from a glass back to an aluminum back, because wireless charging wasn't a thing yet, so there was really no reason to have a glass back and have another area that could be shattered. So that was a good decision. They also moved to a 4-inch screen, which added a lot more. It made it so content that was 16 by 9 could fit on the screen, and obviously another good decision. Along with, they added 1 gig of RAM, which definitely speeded up the device by quite a bit. I definitely think that this decision made by them was the right decisions for this device, and it had a good life. The iPhone 5 was a great phone for its time. Would I recommend buying it today? Of course not. It is way too old and is now just a piece of Apple history. If you still own one of these and you are still happy with it, great. I'm glad you are maybe enjoying it. But at this point in time, it is time to move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope this helped you out if you are wanting to buy one of these phones, and I will see you all later. Bye guys.